Great music without marketing is invisible. So I'm sure you know that hit records are not always the best songs, but hit records are the songs that have the best marketing. So let's look at different ways that you can push your music out there to give it a real chance at success. Okay. First, I want to talk about social media ads. I find when I talk to a lot of artists, they don't fully understand social media ads because they think that it's not organic. They think that it's like buying views or buying likes, but that's not the case. Maybe it was like that in the past, but now it's like you literally have to even get ads to even get organic growth. So be prepared to have some type of budget because if you're just posting on your normal profile, then less than 10% of the people that follow you are going to be seeing the post. But if you are able to use the social media campaigns in the platforms, then you'll be able to reach more people and it doesn't take a lot of money. And these are actual people that are seeing your ad, but it's people that you've targeted and it's basically what you think you're doing anyway, but you're not. Because when you post a song or you post anything, you think that all these people that follow you or all the people that you want to see it are seeing it. But what you need to realize is that if you want the people that you want to see it, then you have to pay for that. Because attention is currency. Attention is the most important thing. It's the most important asset. So if you want people's attention nowadays, you want to take people's attention off of what they're doing to look at what you're doing, then it costs money. Other than that, it's just the organic aspect, which you talked about before, which is consistently dropping content. And from in that aspect, you never know which one of those will go viral. But that's how you decide what to turn into an ad is whatever all this consistent content that you've been making, you have to look at those videos and look at those photos and see like which video, which photo, which clip of the song that I posted, which one did good organically, which one did the best organically. And whichever posted the best organically, then you once you see that, you're only giving yourself a real chance if you actually boost it with ads and you buy ads on social media platforms that you're on where your audience lives. So you can use Meta, you can use YouTube ads, TikTok ads, Snapchat ads. All that is a way for you to invest more into your marketing versus just hitting upload. And even if we're just putting $5 or $10 behind like your best performing post, that's giving you a better chance than just posting and praying. Okay, so another way to push your music out there is influencer campaigns. A lot of people have followings. A lot of people already have the following, or they already have the following of people that you are trying to get to. So if you want to get to their following, then it's best to use an influencer campaign. Some of these people will post your content for free if you just are willing to talk to them and ask them. And then some of them have ways that you can pay them to post your content. So you have like influencer campaigns, and you have partnerships and stuff like that, where people will just post your content and maybe you can post theirs. If you find somebody that's on the same level as you as far as followers and numbers, then you should be able to work something out to where you post something for them and they post something for you. But if they have way more followers and way more influence than you do, then you might have to pay to play in that area. So just you have to be ready to do that, and you have to have a budget set aside for that. And these are all things that, as an independent artist, you need to be aware of because you have to have an edge over these other artists that are just doing it for fun. There's too many artists out here that are just doing it for fun. And the way that you separate yourself from them is you invest a little bit of money into yours. And not just that, but now you're investing money, but everything that you did up until this point is what's separating you from the other artists. Because the other artists, they're not even coming into Preheat University, first of all. So just the mere fact that you came into Preheat University, that separates you from other artists. But then the next step from that is investing in yourself to give you even more of an edge over the artists who, number one, they're not willing to come to Preheat University, they're not willing to learn. And then number two, they're not willing to invest any money into their career. So if you can do those two things, you've already set yourself way ahead of the game and you're putting yourself in position to win. So whether you're doing social media ads or influencer campaigns, you still need to understand audience targeting, because it's all about targeting your audience or the people who are most likely to engage with you and your music. And we've done a lot of work to try to figure out who you are and who your people are. So now you don't want to waste money on ads and influencer campaigns that's targeting the wrong people. So understand, when you're trying to do ads, you have to choose the demographics or choose the right people with the right location and gender and age and all the different things you can choose from, work background. We've already done the work to figure out like who that person is, who that primary listener of your music is. So when you're doing ads, make sure you're targeting that person. When you're doing influencer campaigns, make sure you're working with an influencer that is in front of the people that you are trying to reach. Because it doesn't help you if you don't understand your audience and you don't actually target them. Okay, so a few key points I want you guys to take away is marketing amplifies your music. So the music can be great, but marketing is what makes it phenomenal, we'll say. Marketing is what makes it larger than life. That's what makes it a hit. That's what breaks it past just being something you're listening to in your car versus something everybody's listening to in their car. It's the marketing. Ads help people reach new fans. So yeah, you might have followers, you might have likes, you might have people on your page, but if you want new fans, you want new people to see your music and see your things right away, then you have to pay to get beyond your current network. And that's important. Always think in terms of getting beyond your current network, because your current network needs to grow. And if you depend on it to grow organically, it will if you stay consistent, but it could take a long time. And you don't want to be in the rat race of chasing time because you have been relying on other people to share your music, or you're relying on other people to decide that they want to tell somebody else about it. I mean, that's what I'm. The only way that, if you're not boosting ads, you're literally just waiting on your current fans to tell more people about you. And who knows how long that'll take. So you need to do the work to let more people know about you. And that's by just engaging with more people with your organic content, pushing that out there constantly, no matter how many followers and likes you got, you still constantly pushing out organic content. And then you're also boosting the content that does the best organically. And then influencers create social proof, because these are people that are already trusted. Influencers have trust from their following. So if they co-sign something you're doing, if they repost something you're doing, then that just gives you credibility with their following, because they are already credible with their following. So it's important when you're trying to partner with people and stuff like that, make sure that these are people that align with what you align with, to the point to where they have a following that will gravitate towards you and will resonate with the things that you're doing. Okay, so here's a little industry insight about how social media algorithms reward engagement.
Like, I obviously advertise on a lot of platforms when it comes to like making content. I say advertising in the formal sense, which is that I make my stuff known. And a lot of people get really bent out of shape on platforms when algorithms change. And so fundamentally, this is like an algorithm change, right? This is a change in the rules that govern reinforcement within the business, right? What is penalized? What do we put fuel on, right? You always want to know what the platform incentives are. Rather, you always want to know what the platform goals are and align with the platform goals, because the algorithms will change, but the ideals will remain the same. And so this is like, I think this is probably the biggest lesson of this whole thing, if I had to zoom out one step for everyone, as it relates to content, as it relates to ads, is that, some of you guys like find some hack on LinkedIn of like these types of content, these types of posts do really, really well, or these types of posts on Instagram do really, really well. You want to start kind of like with the platform goals and the user, and basically be the vehicle between those two things, right? So what I mean is, let's take YouTube. So YouTube's just very easy to explain. So YouTube has fundamentally like one primary objective, and then there's kind of like three sub objectives underneath of that. So the big primary objective is that people stay on YouTube and watch it all day. That's the objective. They want as many people as possible to watch YouTube as long as possible so that they can serve as many ads as possible to make the most money. Okay, hopefully everyone's in agreement with me on this. That's their business model. So underneath of that, how do we get the most people to watch the most amount of content? Well, number one is that we have to make content that people want to begin watching. Like they can't watch something unless they begin to watch it. So beginning to watch it, we can measure through click-through rate. So if you have stuff that more people click on, then the platform will push it to more people because of all the things that we show, this stuff gets more people to click on it than other people. More people begin to watch. So for those of you who ever go to YouTube, YouTube doesn't make money on you until you click into a video. So like that homepage, when you've got all these different things you can do, they haven't made money on you yet. They have to get you to click. All right. So then you just make a decision that you're going to start watching something. Cool. Okay. Now we're in the video. At this point, we have to get them to watch it as long as humanly possible. That's the platform objective, right? So that's where video retention and also like matching what you say from the click to what's inside, all that stuff becomes important. All right. Now, the third thing is, okay, once someone had started watching and they watched all the way through, what's the next thing they want you to do? Well, they want you to click another video. They want the user to click another video of yours and then begin again, because that would show the platform that you delivered on your promise inside of the headline, right? Is that it was really good. And so then they want to watch something else from you, right? And from a branding perspective, this is called a history of reinforcement. So you are demonstrating a positive history and reinforcement, which is like, for example, a lot of people, like as soon as Jimmy, Mr. Beast, excuse me, and maybe mine, I don't know. Like if you see a video from me, maybe you're like, I'll stop what I'm doing. It doesn't really matter what the headline is. I'm going to go watch it. Right. And maybe you stop what you're doing. You watch one of Jimmy's videos, whatever. And so that's because like at some point you get enough brand affinity with the audience that the headline and the thumbnail don't even matter. They just know that they have such a positive history of learning stuff from you or being entertained by you that they're just going to click no matter what. And I think this is one of the things that younger or smaller creators don't take into account is that you develop a reputation with your audience of delivering or not delivering. Right? Of being hit or miss or always being on the money, right? And so sometimes it's better to just not put the video out if you don't think it's that good, because then it's like, I don't want to have a negative mark on my record. Like I'd rather just say like, I'd rather wait a couple of days, maybe make it better, maybe refilm it and then make it good, right? So zooming all the way out, for any of the platforms that you have, look at, or that you're making content on, look at what the objectives of the platform are, and then see your content as the vehicle for helping the platform achieve its goal and the audience achieve their goal. And then you basically get monetized for being the middleman, right? And you can monetize in a number of ways, either by selling, obviously selling people into the community or whatever it is that you sell.
Anybody who does not have an audience right now, a big fan base, do not worry about your album pre-launch series. Don't worry about what you do leading up to your project. Everything needs to be focused on after the project. I already just got right into it, but obviously the question is, what should I do before I drop my project? There are some things you should do, but it shouldn't be too focused on marketing and teasing people and getting them excited about it, because this is what happens, right? You're teasing and that teaser sounds good. However, when it comes out, there's likely not going to be a great way that you can get right back out to those same people. My attention is valuable, so while you have my attention, make sure you convert it into something. And that's true for every single potential fan that you have. So if you push out an advertisement, I'm like, yo, that song sounds dope, that sounds cool, and I can't find a song, once I decide to look for it, it's going to be like, oh well, and I'm going to move on, and who knows if you'll be able to get my attention again. If you do, you'll probably have to pay for it, and we don't want to spend that much money, do we? Nah, because we don't have it yet, because we're working on becoming bigger. The alternate is you already have a project out, so when you do an ad or when you just drop an interview or whatever you're doing post drop, then people can see it and then say, you know what, I'm interested. They check out the project or they check out the song or whatever you have going on. And from there, now you get that attention. They make a decision whether they want to be a fan, all of that good stuff. So make sure you're not spending too much energy on what you're doing beforehand. If you do not have a fan base, a decent sized fan base to start to not only tease, but to amp up to possibly give you a first big week on your playlist and things of that nature. If you don't have anybody to do that for you, people who are already checking for you, then it's irrelevant.
Okay, so for this week's assignment, we're going to be launching an ad campaign, build an influencer outreach list, and schedule a content calendar. All these are what we're going to be using to help boost your brand, get your name out there, and help people see what you're doing. So this is awesome. These assignments is going to be awesome because once we get done with these assignments, you're going to have a blueprint that will really let you get your music out here. Like you're going to reach more people. And however much money you're willing to invest into this part, that's how much further it will go. So this is the part to where it kind of comes down to the budget. But all the way up until here, it wasn't really about the budget. It was about how hard you was willing to work. But at this point, it's like how much are you willing to invest and how soon do you want to turn this into a career? That's kind of where we're at on this point. So organically can work and it can work quickly too. But at the same time, if you kind of want to guarantee yourself a faster pace of building an audience, then you want to invest more into the right type of ads and marketing and influencer campaigns. And this is something we can help you with. And we definitely want to help you with this because we don't want you to put too much money into the wrong place or boosting things into the wrong way. Because as you can see, I mean, in every week, I haven't really told you to spend no money until now. You know what I mean? This is the point where I'm saying we might need to spend some money. And it depends on how far that you want to go and how quickly you want to go that far with this. And it also depends on your budget. So how hard are you willing to work to create a budget? Because this is what you need to budget for. The reason we did the Preheat University was really because it's not even about like the recording the music and the knowledge and information. Like all that is free. You can do all that for free. But it's like what you really need the budget for is if you want to invest. This is where like investing in yourself really comes in because your investment, it should go directly towards your music being heard, directly towards getting new fans. So that's why we haven't even talked about you investing money until now because this is where the money really matters and this is where the money should really be spent. So let's knock out these assignments. Make sure you tap into the live stream so we can talk more about this and go more in depth and come to the Fair Gates. Sign up to a Fair Gate. We want to see you there.